What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Drip Strick College Football Podcast. Here with our first episode. I'm Jacob Strickland, and I have my co-host here, Austin Tucker.
How you doing, guys? How you doing?
And we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off with the game of the week. So, Austin, what was your game of the week?
Well, I'm gonna have to go. Not even a Saturday, not a Thursday, not a Friday. I'm gonna have to go the Sunday night college football. Well, I mean, just saying, I do love it on a Sunday. I think that's a great
Mm-hmm.
idea. But I gotta go. You already know, Florida State LSU,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
What a game! Like, the first half, both teams were just they were mid. Like they
Oh
couldn't do
yeah,
anything. I mean, LSU looked bad. They got all those recruits in,
they
and they
look
still
they
looked
look
very bad.
trash. They
Yes,
look
first
trash to
half.
start.
Uh, and Daniels didn't look like he was going to be like
And
he doesn't look
Daniels.
like the guy, transfer from Arizona
Yeah.
State. Doesn't look that good. I watched Florida State's week 1 game. Obviously they played a nobody. But I gotta say it was
Yeah.
the game of the week, man. That second half, especially the fourth quarter, I'm not kidding. I don't think I've ever seen like the craziest 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of a game that of that fourth quarter. Like it was crazy.
Dude,
Like I
that
still
yeah.
I still can't get over it. I'm thinking about it like all the time. I mean, LSU gets a Florida State to a 3-and-out. They punt. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, formerly committed to Mississippi State, then flipped on signing day to LSU. He muffed the punt for the second time of the game, and then Florida State gets the ball at like the 2-yard line. They pitch it. They pitch the ball and fumble it, and LSU gets it at the 1-yard line, and they drive 99 yards to tie the game. No, they don't tie the game. To kick the extra point, it gets blocked, and the game is over. Like it's zero. And on the last play of the game, they were at the 1-yard line with 1 second left. I was
Yeah.
freaking out. Like
They
my
won for a
nerves,
play.
yeah, my nerves were shot. I was like,
Y-
oh my gosh, I can't handle this. Please, just for the game, please to end, because I
Yeah.
just couldn't take it. And then they blocked that extra point. It was definitely the game of the week. It was just so exciting. Not two of the best teams, but just in like just game, like as terms of a game. Doesn't matter what the teams. I think it was the game of the week.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you. It was both teams started off really, really bad. I thought when Jaden Daniels was a freshman at Arizona State, I was like, this kid is going to be special, but he's proven me otherwise, and showed that in the first half. wasn't really impressed. Keishon
Yeah,
Butte or whatever his name is,
yeah, he was
he didn't
bad.
play
He
good, and he's mad about it or something on social media.
yeah,
But the ending to that game, they got the touchdown, 1 second left.
it
It was
was
incredible,
nuts.
dude. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
So yeah, Butte, Malik Neighbors, and what was his name? Kevin Lacey, something like that.
I
Another
think
wide
so.
receiver for him. Let's see. Wait, what is it? Yeah, Kyron Lacey. All three of them like deleted all LSU
Yes,
University from their Instagram and all social media, and I was like, dang, that's crazy.
that's
That is
tough.
so crazy. But I will have to say, Daniels did not have a great like full game, but his
Mm-mm.
last 17 throws, he was 14 for 17. So like when it
Jeez,
counted most, he was
he came.
very good. And
He
obviously
came in
he's not
clutch.
the reason they lost.
Yeah,
Obviously, I mean a lot of things factors in the reason they lost, but I don't think he was because he played a very good fourth quarter and just a good second and a half in general.
yeah. All right. Our next topic is the loser of the week. I'll start with this one.
Yeah.
I have actually two losers for this week. I'm going with Oregon and Iowa. Start off
Okay.
with Oregon. They were really hyped up. They're like ranked 11th going into that Georgia game,
Yeah.
and then they got embarrassed, dude. They got like, oh, Bo Nix played horrible.
Yeah.
Um, they just got dominated by the Georgia defense. They couldn't stop
Hmm.
Stetson Bennett, dude. Um, yeah, I just Oregon definitely one of the losers of the week, and the second loser of the week, Iowa. They played like South Dakota State.
Yeah.
They could not. I was watching highlights, like a rerun or highlights of that game, and I was like, "What the heck is happening with their offense, dude?" Their offense was incredibly horrible.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah. It
see
was
them
bad.
I don't see them winning much this year,
Yeah.
unless they
And I
figure out
think
something fast.
I think the score was 7-3,
Hmm.
and it was 2 safeties and a field goal. Iowa couldn't even put points on the board.
Yeah, they didn't
Like
even
that is
score a
just so
touchdown the
crazy.
entire game. Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I totally forgot about this. Their quarterback, Spencer Petras or something,
Yeah.
had a 1.1 QBR.
Oh my. Jeez, that's a crazy
It's
stat.
horrible.
That is
I'll
a
read out the
crazy stat.
stats.
I didn't
He
know that.
went 11 for 25, 190 yards, one interception
Yeah.
against South Dakota State.
Jeez,
It's
dude.
horrible. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
that's sad. And then he's been there a while. Like he's not like this is he was a first year starter, like true freshman,
Yeah,
first
he's
game
not like a
ever. Like
freshman or anything.
he's
He's
been
a
there.
senior.
Yeah, he has reps. That's just yeah. That game was too crazy. Iowa is unreal, overrated, like unreal.
Yeah.
But my game of the week, I mean my loser of the week was also I would have to say Oregon. Man,
Mhm.
what an embarrassing game for Oregon. There's a lot of hype. They got a new offensive coordinator. They got a new coach and brand new quarterback, senior transfer from Auburn. And man, they just absolutely blew it. I mean, Georgia embarrassed them. Georgia has an all
Mhm.
new defense. They got a lot of new guys just in general. And man, they don't have a rebuilding year. They're just gonna reload. And they proved
Dude,
on Saturday that they're reloading. Like they are so good.
dude, I low key think that they got better than last year.
They
I'm
might
not
have.
like that defense. That defense was incredible, dude.
They
I'm
might have,
scared.
yeah. They got a lot of good guys on that team. I mean, a lot of good guys who can really play football. I
Yeah.
mean, one thing about Kirby Smart, he can recruit, man. He has some big guys, like NFL size guys, and they're
Yeah.
they're in college. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, he got Brock Bowers at tight end, then he also has another 6'7" tight end. Like he
It
has
was
size everywhere.
Eric Gilbert.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the tight end?
It's one of them. There's like four of them. They're like ranked top four in their recruiting class.
Yeah, they're nuts.
It was
Everybody on that team
stupid.
is nuts. I mean, this has to say something about Oregon because man, I mean, either LSU just and Georgia just unreal good, or Oregon just really bad. And I don't know. Like I want to like Oregon. You know, they got Bo Nix, but Bo Nix, man, he couldn't. The fact that he couldn't
Bro,
even
call him Bo
score
Picks. He
on
can
Georgia,
yo. He can
that
not,
was
dude.
I believe that was his fourth time playing Georgia, and he was
Yeah.
0 for 4 all
He
four
got
years. And I mean, his
smacked around
last year,
all four
he got
times.
absolutely clowned.
Yeah.
I mean, that was sad. And I'm telling you, Georgia is the real deal. I think they are the real deal
Yeah.
coming out of the
They're
gate.
uh they're definitely championship contenders for this year,
Oh,
without a doubt.
100%. 100%.
But
100%.
all right. We're just gonna go over we'll go over a brief overview of the past weekend.
Okay. Of games?
Um yeah, just all of the games in general. We're gonna just go
Bet,
over
bet,
all of
bet.
them.
Okay.
Start off with Virginia Tech losing to Old Dominion. That
Mm.
was pretty embarrassing for Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know, man. Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia has a great team this year, and they are going to murk Virginia Tech. I mean,
they got
Virginia
that
Tech, man.
they got that
Gosh.
Armstrong guy at
Yeah, Brennan
Virginia.
Armstrong. He's one of the best quarterbacks
I like him.
in college football. They have an elite wide receiver room in
Hmm.
Virginia. I mean, and Virginia Tech. I don't know what happened, bro.
They got a new
Dominion week
quarterback this
one.
offseason.
Got you. I mean, that
Oh,
was just embarrassing, man. Old Dominion at Old Dominion, and they lose. Too bad.
trying to figure out who their new quarterback is. I think it was a transfer from Marshall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
Grant
it's good.
Wells used to play at Marshall.
Got you. Yeah, I know.
There were
He
four
can't do anything
interceptions, dude. Golly,
against Old Dominion, man. That
against
is
Old
just
Dominion.
that's
Golly, man,
sad, bro.
that is very sad. All right.
Dang, okay. Okay.
Next game we're gonna talk about is one of Austin's favorite teams in the entire
Oh yeah.
country.
You already know.
We're gonna be talking about. Let me find it. Let me find it. Ole Miss. We're gonna be talking about Ole Miss.
Oh my. Okay.
Um, I wasn't really impressed. I'll be honest. I thought Jackson Dart would have a great game against Troy. They only won 28-10.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't impressed. He didn't
Yeah.
have
I
a great
mean,
performance.
you
But
know me. You know what I'm gonna say. Jackson
yeah.
Dart, he's severely overrated. He had a
But I
he
thought he
did
was
not
gonna
have a good
shine.
game. I think they already announced that Luke Altmaier starting week 2. I think he should.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Jackson Dart he's just not good at football, man. He's
Yeah, he
just
did not.
not. Zach Evans, the 5-star running back they got from the transfer portal, he's gonna be unreal. I'm terrified of him.
20 carries,
But
130 yards.
yes, I mean he's
That's
going
pretty
to be
good.
very good. But man, Ole Miss in general, man, their defense didn't look a whole lot of good. They lost their
Mm-mm.
offensive coordinator Jeff Lebby to Oklahoma. They just don't have. I don't know. They're not. This is just not gonna be their year.
Mm-mm. No.
And I say that obviously with a smile on my face, being a Mississippi State fan, but they don't have a good squad this year. Their defense, I mean, defense didn't look great. They didn't look like awful or anything, but I mean, Lane Kiffin's offense only putting up 28 against Troy. I think that's saying something.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next game we're talking about South Carolina at Georgia State.
Mm.
Spencer Rattler's first
Yeah.
game at South Carolina.
You okay?
Did not have a great
No.
performance. They only won 35-14 against the mediocre Georgia State
Yeah.
squad. He went 23 for 37, 227 yards, a touchdown, and two picks.
Mm.
So not the greatest
Touchdown
performance,
to two picks. Okay. Yeah. I watched the highlights of that
but
game. Spencer Rattler just. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna give him more time because I always said like Spencer Rattler's. He's still very good. He was the number one quarterback in Arizona, coming out of high school. Great guy. He's more of a high school guy than a college guy. But
yeah,
but I mean, it's not like he was bad against Oklahoma and bad at Oklahoma. He had Caleb Williams, one of the best quarterbacks, like as his second string. That puts a lot of pressure on you.
yeah,
And being at South Carolina, they got young guys at this like second and third string quarterbacks, so like he doesn't really have to deal with competition. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be in the SEC. He's gonna be playing better games. So I mean, I don't know. I wanna evaluate him when he gets into SEC play and see how he plays against SEC teams every week and see how he goes.
yeah. I
But
agree.
yeah, they did not play good. I mean, Shane Beamer's over there dancing after the game. I mean, come on, bro. You lost to Georgia State. Or like during the game, he was dancing. I was like, dude, give me a break, man. This is Georgia State. So I don't think South Carolina's
Yeah,
going to be all that this year, but I think they have a very bright future in the next 2-3 years.
yeah. I agree. Um, this is one I'm excited to talk about. This is a team I'm excited to talk
Okay.
about. We're going with Colorado State, Michigan.
Okay.
I I am probably one. I'm a huge JJ McCarthy
Oh
fan.
yeah.
Probably or most likely because he saved my NCAA 14 dynasty.
Mhm.
Because Cade McNamara was garbage.
Yeah.
But I really like Harbaugh's strategy. He's going with starting McNamara first game, McCarthy the second game, evaluating, seeing who performs better, all that kind of stuff. And for the couple snaps that JJ McCarthy was in the game, I think he performed way better
Okay.
than
Okay.
McNamara. McNamara has the experience. McCarthy has the talent. He has more upside in my opinion.
Okay. Um. Yeah, so they won 51-7. I think it's really cool, and Jim Harbaugh's getting a lot of flack for doing the week 1, week 2 like quarterback. I think more teams should do that. I think it's a great way to evaluate
Yeah,
players. Obviously, they're playing different teams, different defenses. Not every team's equally good, but I think it's a great way. See how the wide receivers play with McNamara or play with McCarthy. Obviously, McCarthy's higher rated, like coming out of high school and stuff. But McNamara has experience. He's been to the conference championship. I mean, he's playing in
yeah,
bigger games. McCarthy, he hasn't really proved too much, but he has a lot of upside. But I mean, I don't see like I'll have to see who I want to play after McCarthy plays. But I mean, Cade
yeah,
Cade played good. I mean, he threw 9 for 18, 136 yards, one touchdown. I mean, 136 yards is not that good. But then McCarthy came in. He was 4 for 4, 30 yards, so he also played very well. So I mean, it's just
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's going to be who moves the ball downfield, who is scoring points, man, who's scoring points.
yeah,
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad with either one. McNamara has more experience, and it's not like he's
yeah,
bad. It's not like he's bad at all. He's a good quarterback, and he'd start at most places. But yeah, a guy like McCarthy, he can really do it all, and he's great. He's great.
yeah. I'm excited to see what he does in Michigan.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next game talking about Alabama and Utah State.
Mm.
I was actually at that
Oh yeah.
game. It was the worst football game I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Um, Mostly because I'm a huge Auburn fan. But Bryce Young, unfortunately, looked amazing.
Unfortunately.
5 carries, 100 yards, a touchdown. He went 18 for 28, 195 yards, and 5 touchdowns passing. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
incredible. Um, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just an incredible performance
I got you. Yeah. I mean, honestly.
against a mediocre Utah State
Yeah.
fan
Honestly.
or team.
Honestly, you can't say much, man. Alabama's going to be Alabama every year. Bryce Young, man,
Yeah,
he is unreal. A few throws he made was unreal. He showed that he could run the ball at a
yeah,
high level. He's just man. He's unreal. I don't have much to say about the game either. It's just they're gonna beat those teams. You know, they get them every year, and they
yeah,
beat them like a drum every year. But I mean, it was I don't know, man. They are just unreal. They're so dang good.
yeah. All right, next game: Notre Dame and Ohio State.
Mm,
Um, Personally, I'm a huge, well, actually, yeah, I'm a huge hater of Notre
okay,
Dame. Um, they're always somehow ranked in like the top 10 every single year, no matter how they do the previous year or if they get a new head
that's true.
coach. Really doesn't make sense to me, but Ohio State's offense kind of started off a little slow.
Yeah,
Um, but then as the game progressed, their defense played good. Their offense did what it needed to do. Um,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's all I have to say about that game. This hold on, wait. What's his name? Emeka Egbuka, wide
Mhm.
receiver,
Yeah,
sophomore from Washington. Played really good. 9 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
yeah. He's bad news.
But
They got another good wide receiver. But yeah. Honestly, what I have to say about that guy, I am a huge Marcus Freeman lover. I love him to death. I was a little skeptical when he got the position because I mean he hasn't really proven too much to be the head coach of Notre Dame,
yeah,
such a big school, big history. But I mean he really showed that like Notre Dame was they were ready to play. I had Iowa and Ohio State by like 20. I'm gonna be honest. I was like Notre Dame's about to come out here. They're gonna get embarrassed. They're not going to look like a
yeah,
top 10 team. But they did, honestly, and they led for a lot of the game. But at the end of the day, Ohio State they're just a better team. They're better coached. They got better guys. I mean, they got CJ Stroud's unreal. They got
yeah,
guys that are unreal. They got a new great wide receiver, like you said. But I mean, both defenses played well. I mean, it was definitely a defensive game for sure. But it was a great game, and it was definitely the COD game day. Like I'm glad they went there to hype it up. You know,
yeah.
6:30 kickoff.
Jack Harlow was there.
Exactly. He performed.
Love that guy.
But yeah, it was a great game, and I love having that game week 1 to get excited
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next game we're talking about is a game I'm excited to talk about. Florida and Utah.
Hmm.
Anthony Richardson. Mm, he's getting comparisons to Cam Newton when he was at Auburn, and rightfully so. He played an amazing
Yeah.
game. 11 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he won that game for
Oh,
Florida.
100%.
So,
100%.
I'm on the Anthony Richardson Heisman train all day, man.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was not excited about the ending of this game. Obviously, I want SEC to win, but I picked Utah to win by like 25 or like dude, I thought Utah was going to run them off the field. And boy was I wrong. Billy Napier had his guys ready. I mean, he
Dude, I
looks
love
like
Billy Napier.
a real contender in the SEC. Like beat a number 5 Utah like that to beat them at home. It brings a
Yeah,
lot of hype. Like they're already ranked in the top 25 just from that one game. They are very good. And I'm scared of Anthony Richardson, man. He had a heck of a game. I did not see that coming because last year, he didn't play that good. He was in a quarterback competition. I
yeah.
wouldn't.
With Emory Jones.
Yes, yeah, and I wasn't sold on him. I was like, man, he doesn't look that good. Like he doesn't look good at all. They're wasting his time until they get
Yeah,
another good wide receiver and another good quarterback at Florida. But man, he proved me wrong. He shut me up. He had a great game. And dude, that pump fake, and then like you saw that play, like the pump fake, and
yeah.
dude,
Dude, that was
that was
insane.
nuts. That was probably the highlight of the week, man. That was a great play.
Yeah.
He really
Play of the
came to play.
week.
I mean, really came to play. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I thought the same thing about Anthony Richardson. I thought he was going to be have another mediocre
Yeah.
year. I didn't believe in him, but now I do. So
Yeah, he didn't.
we're gonna move
He really
on.
didn't have a whole lot
Oh,
of
no,
like
go
a
ahead.
lot of big flashes last year. Like he was like, okay, this is our guy. I mean, he
Hmm.
was in the quarterback
Yeah,
competition like all year, and I didn't even think he should have won it. But obviously, he
yeah,
proved me wrong, and Billy Napier had him coached up, and he was ready to go. That was a great game.
yeah. All right. Next game, we're talking about Memphis and Mississippi State.
I was at this game. I'll start. I'll start with this one.
Yeah, you start.
First of all, I think we looked great. I think we looked unbelievable. This is the best team Mike Leach I think has ever had in his career.
Oh my God,
Just
dude.
because like talent wise, we're one of the oldest teams in the SEC. Now this is his third year in the SEC. He's just getting our feet wet. Will Rogers, man, he's unreal. 5 touchdowns, and he just played lights out football against Memphis. They beat us last year in a just a stupid upset. And boy, did we came to play. The game ended a little bit after 12. I think it was like 12:10 when the game ended because all the lightning and delay and stuff.
Yeah,
But hey,
yeah,
we looked good. Yeah, I mean that's all we looked. I could talk about this game for the next hour, so I'm gonna just shut up. I'm saying, but Will Rogers is very good at football, and we got some elite wide receivers. Our offensive line is probably definitely the oldest offensive line in college football. I mean, in the SEC, maybe in college football.
yeah.
But we got an old team. We look good. Not too sold on the defense yet, but they showed some good flashes, and we had some good plays. What do you think about the game?
All right. I am a huge Will Rogers fan. I love Will Rogers. One of my favorite quarterbacks in the country.
450 yards.
Um,
450. That's crazy.
yeah, he's leading. He's in the. He's like he had one of the best quarterback stats in the entire
Oh yeah.
weekend. Um, offense obviously played great. Not really sold on the defense. I'm gonna be honest. 23
Yeah.
points given up to a Memphis team, but I'm sure that all is straightened out by the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. Next game and final game we'll be talking about, unless there's any other games you want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, I might add a few more.
All right. We're going Mercer and Auburn, my favorite team.
Okay. This is one of the games I wanted to add.
Look, here's my opinion on the
All
game.
right.
TJ Finley should not start. Robbie Ashford. I'm on the Robbie Ashford train all day, man. TJ Finley threw 2 picks against Mercer, bro.
Gosh
They gonna
dang.
throw 2 picks against Mercer. They weren't even like, oh, you gave your receiver a chance to get the ball. They weren't like good
Yeah.
picks. They were not great. Um, our running game was amazing. Tank Bigsby, 16 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's so good, man.
Robbie Ashford, 6 carries, 68 yards. And Jarquez Hunter, 8 carries, 34 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Mm.
I was
Okay.
pleased at the week one
How
performance.
how long did TJ Finley play? How long was he in the game?
Um, I think he was in like maybe like the first half.
Okay.
I was at the Alabama game when the game was
Gotcha.
on,
Gotcha. You
so I
didn't
didn't
watch
I
it.
didn't get to watch it. I just had to watch highlights and
Gotcha.
stuff. But they put like in the first quarter, they put Robbie Ashford in some read option packages or some designed runs and stuff because that's what he does
Yeah.
best is run the ball. But surprised Zach Calzada didn't get any playing time.
Yeah, he didn't. Man, dang.
Um,
So he's third string. That's crazy.
yeah, everyone was hyping up Zach Calzada at Auburn, and now he's third
Yeah, I
string.
thought he'd be starter for sure. Week 1. I thought he for
Yeah, me
sure would.
too. Yeah,
Dang, dude, that's crazy. So did you said Slade Ashford? Did he play good?
it's Robbie
Oh,
Ashford.
Robbie Ashford. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, he played really good. He had one throw. It was a 50-yard throw,
Hmm.
which normally Auburn quarterbacks can't make a 50-yard
Yeah.
throw, and to be so perfect and
Yeah, I think
accurate.
I saw it.
I don't think I've ever seen an Auburn quarterback make a 50-yard throw that accurate,
Okay.
and so it was so perfect. I was like, oh, please, please, please start him against Penn State
Yeah. Y'all got Penn State next
for the
week.
rest of the season. We got Penn State. Not this week. The week
Got
after.
you.
We got San Jose State this week.
Fun. Okay, but do you think like at the end of the season, like Iron Bowl, who do you think starts? Just from week one, just from watching week one.
I'm giving it to. I'm saying Robbie Ashford.
Okay. Okay.
The fans, dude, are begging for Robbie Ashford,
Yeah.
dude. Like all the Auburn fans are. They do not want to see TJ Finley on that field again.
I don't blame him.
They want to see Robbie
That's
Ashford,
crazy. He
man.
threw 2 picks
But,
against Mercer. That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was very disappointed in his
I don't
performance.
know. I don't know how Auburn's gonna be this year, man. Again, you had Brian Harson acting like they just won the dang college football playoff. I know you saw the video in the locker room.
Yeah,
They were like
yeah.
tossing water, bro. They were like throwing a party, like,
Bro,
bro.
we're just
You beat
celebrating, bro.
Mercer.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
don't know what state Mercer's in. I genuinely don't.
Georgia,
I mean, it's Mercer,
bro,
dude. Come on. You can't get too hyped.
bro.
But I mean, I hope the best for Auburn this year. I really do. Hope it goes well.
We
Hope they
gonna
figure
hold on. Do we
everything
play
out.
y'all this
Oh
year?
yeah, we play every year.
Oh yeah,
Every single
we're
year.
gonna smoke y'all. Guaranteed. Robbie Ashford, 500 yards,
Y'all are not beating
6
us.
touchdowns. Tank Bigsby, 200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Man, we're gonna beat y'all by 12 touchdowns.
This is Tank's last year, right?
It's gonna be crazy. It can be. It probably will
Yeah.
be. I believe he's a junior this year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely gone after this year. But we got Jarquez Hunter, who's a sophomore this year,
Okay. Okay.
who will take over for
I
him.
got you.
So I'm not really worried.
So have you covered all the games?
I've covered all the games I want to go
I
over.
got you. Yeah,
You can go over whatever you want.
there's really just one that yeah, let's talk two. I want to talk about two.
Okay.
One I've been really looking forward to talking to was let me pull it up, the West Virginia at Pitt game.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about that
Thursday.
one.
Dude, on Thursday, let me just say, I love games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I mean, and Monday.
I agree.
5 games a week, dude. Come on. Like, I wish they
I
would
love
do
that,
that
dude.
every time. Like, it doesn't have to be a great game on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just
It can just literally just be. It could be like a D2 game, and I would watch it,
yeah,
dude.
I mean, just give us something. Give us like Purdue
Yeah.
versus San Diego State. It doesn't have to be a great game.
Yeah.
Just give us some kind of game,
Yeah.
something for us to do on that night. I mean, I think it's awesome. But this game, dude, it was a fantastic game, super entertaining. JT Daniels versus Kendon Slovis, both guys USC transfers. Both
Oh yeah, totally.
both played very well. Slovis had 1 touchdown, 0 picks, and then JT Daniels had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. But he also had a rushing touchdown, JT Daniels.
Yeah.
But yeah, both guys played good. I'm telling you right now, dude, I really like JT Daniels. I really like his game.
Me too,
He played
dude.
good. His offensive line sucks. They're not going to have a good year.
Oh my gosh, dude, that made me so upset for
Yeah, it
him,
was
bro.
hard
His
to watch.
offensive line is so bad.
So I do feel really
need to
sorry
figure that
for him.
out.
But I mean, he himself is going to have a great year, I feel like. But I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
he's only a junior, which I thought he was a senior. I'm looking right now, he's a junior. I thought he was a senior. But
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna have 2 more years, so maybe he can get something going next year. But yeah, they don't have a good team this year. But I do hope the best for him, though. I really like him, and it was a fantastic game
Yeah.
to watch on a Thursday night. You know, nothing to
was.
do. Kendon Slovis, I feel if I was a Pitt guy, I would feel very good about him. He played well,
Yeah.
and honestly, for both teams, I would feel well. It was 38-31 was the final, and it was a fantastic game. I really did like it.
Yeah, I agree. I was very impressed by both quarterbacks and their performance. Especially I really like Slovis a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good replacement for Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
who left for the draft last year. And JT Daniels, I feel like that dude's been in college for
I know.
forever, dude.
I know. I swear.
Transferred to Georgia. Dude, I felt bad for him when they decided to start
Stetson.
Stetson Bennett over
Yeah, I
him.
thought it was wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was disrespectful.
Yeah. You got a 5-star JT
But,
Daniels, and he looked really good.
Yeah, he didn't play bad. Like in the games that he played at Georgia, he played good.
We didn't even talk about Bennett. Bennett had a great game too. He had a fantastic game. He might be in the Heisman watch for sure, especially after week 1 because
Yeah.
he looks very good.
Yeah, everyone just like thinks he's just some game manager. He's not like
Yeah.
he's surrounded by all this talent. He's not that good, but I was super impressed. He's gonna have a great year this
I
year.
agree. Yeah, he was moving the ball well. He was getting it out to guys. He was running a little bit, running away from the defense. I mean, yeah, he had one throw where he was like juking out defenders and then threw the touchdown. I don't know if you saw that. He was like running away from
Yeah.
defenders. I was like, dang, okay. Another game we could just touch on a little bit because it wasn't super like memorable. Was the Penn State Purdue game? That
Oh
was a good
yeah.
game. I guess we could talk about Sean Clifford. He's overrated, man.
Bro. He's
Six
so
year
overrated.
senior.
6 year senior can't
Still
even.
can't do much, man.
Oh.
They're not good. And yeah, I mean, if I was Penn
Mm-mm.
State, I don't know if I'd feel good about them.
I'm not sold on Sean
But
Clifford.
it was a good game. Penn State and
Um.
Purdue played good. You know, they're always that sneaky team that could end up beating Ohio State and
Yeah, they'll
end
just
up beating
randomly
Michigan.
beat some
Yeah, they
some
just
some really good team just out of
they're a
nowhere.
sneaky good team. And yeah, it wasn't a super memorable game. I just wanted to bring it up, talk about Sean Clifford a little bit. But yeah, it was a fun game to watch though for sure. And I believe it was like on a Friday night too, so it gave us something to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go into our next topic. We're gonna go over players that exceeded expectations and shined.
Mm.
I'll start. I got five on this list.
Dear Lord. Okay.
Anthony Richardson, the Georgia defense,
Yeah.
um, Stetson Bennett, Chase Bryce from Appalachian State had a great game, and then Drake May
Oh
from
yeah.
UNC.
Yeah.
He's played. Have they played 2 games?
Yeah. They played two.
Yeah.
They played Florida A&M week 1, I think.
His stats that he's putting up
Yeah. Video game.
are insane, dude. I mean, against Appalachian State, he had 24 for 35, 352 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then against Florida A&M, 29 for 37, 294 yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, he's putting up some amazing numbers.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does. Chase Bryce against North Carolina. That was a fun game to watch. The ending of that game was fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had 40 in
Um,
the fourth quarter. App State. That
yeah,
was nuts.
dude,
That was crazy.
they scored. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 touchdowns scored in the fourth quarter alone.
Jeez. Okay. Dang.
It was incredible. But Chase Bryce, 25 for 36, 361 yards, 6 touchdowns,
Dang.
and a pick.
Yeah. He balled out.
I was rooting for Appalachian State in that one.
Yeah. Yeah. They could have
Um,
pulled that off. I mean, they were darn close to it.
yeah,
I remember I was checking the score in the third quarter, and like UNC was up by so much. I just told my brother, I was like, yeah, dang, UNC is about to win. And then like I didn't even know they came back until the end of the game, and that's crazy. That is so crazy.
yeah.
Mm.
The Georgia defense, we talked about them a second ago. I feel like they got better. They played an amazing game against Oregon. Anthony Richardson, we also talked about him. Um, played a great game. Made plays when they needed plays, and I was very impressed.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any more?
No, those are all my players that shined.
Okay.
I might be missing a few, but those are the ones that come to mind.
Okay. So players that shine this week. I honestly, first of all, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Garrett Schrader, starting wide receiver, starting quarterback for Syracuse. Sorry, he absolutely
Hmm.
balled out. Everybody on game day picked Louisville to beat Syracuse. I picked Louisville to beat Syracuse, and they
Yeah, I
won.
did
They won
too.
31-7. I mean, they absolutely beat Louisville like a rock. Malik Cunningham. This is his fourth year starter. Fun fact: he actually started like I think week 1 the year Lamar Jackson left, and he's still
Yeah.
playing for Louisville. And he did not have a good game.
Golly,
He had
dude.
0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He really struggled. But my boy Garrett Schrader, man, 18 for 25, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and then he had 16 runs, 94 yards for a touchdown. He absolutely balled out
Golly.
against. I mean, Louisville's not a great team, but Garrett Schrader, man, he really carried the load.
Yeah.
And yeah, he really exceeded everybody's expectations. And then
Yeah.
another I guess it's a group, not really a players, but Ohio State, their wide
Yeah.
receivers, man, they are just they lost Garrett
They got a
Wilson. I mean,
wide receiver room.
they lost a lot Garrett Olave, and they are just still good, man. I mean, they just
Yeah.
reload every year in wide receivers. I mean, they are just impressive. I mean, more than impressive. They got
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud throwing to him, which obviously, that helps out a bunch. But man,
Yeah.
they are more than impressive. That's awesome for them.
Yeah. Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
All right. And now we're gonna go into our next section. Players who disappointed. So these are like players that were overhyped
Hmm.
and didn't deliver.
Okay.
Uh, so I'll start first. I got got 4 players on this list.
Okay.
So first off, Bo Nix. So glad that he's not at Auburn anymore. So I can go in the Auburn comment section and not see Bo picks about 1,000 times. Did not play a good game against Georgia, but it's Georgia, so I'll be a little understanding, but not really. He didn't play a good game. Spencer Rattler, we talked about him earlier. Dude, I just wasn't. I'm just not impressed by him.
Yeah.
I feel like he was so hyped up coming out of college, and then at Oklahoma, he wasn't nothing special.
Nah, he
He
wasn't.
wasn't great. He got benched, transferred to South Carolina. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's the year Spencer Rattler, um, finally, finally plays good and
Yeah.
whatnot."
He's such a big deal.
He did not play good. I think he's overrated. Um, let's see, Spencer Petras or whatever his
Yeah.
name is, Iowa
Oh
quarterback.
yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Played Probably played some of the worst football I've ever seen.
Jeez. Okay.
I felt bad for some Iowa fans,
Yeah.
man. If you're an Iowa fan, shout out to you. You got a rough year ahead of you.
For sure.
And then my final player, who did not um, meet expectations. This dude was hyped up so much this offseason. Malik Cunningham, Louisville.
Okay.
I feel like everyone was like, this dude is going to win the Heisman. He's going to be the second Lamar Jackson. He played good last year.
Yeah.
He had some good games last year. But 152 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 25.6 QBR
Yeah.
against Syracuse.
Awful.
Was not impressed. Yeah,
Okay.
they got some things to figure
Oh,
out. That's all I got
100%.
for them
All right.
for that.
So yeah, I got 2. Starting with Bo Nix, he's obviously the first choice. I mean, come on, man. You've got a lot of games under your belt. You played a lot of big games, and week 1, you just come
Yeah.
out here and you just forget how to play football. I mean, you can't even get
Take it.
can't even get a touchdown. He played, man. He really, really struggled. He did not play well at all. Couldn't even move down the field. That Georgia defense made him look silly. And he's played Georgia
Yeah.
before. It's not like he's never played Georgia. He's been in the Pac-12 all his life. No, he's played in SEC football. He's playing SEC
For
football
3
week
years.
1, and he just couldn't do
Yeah.
it. Second of all, another 5-star from USC. A 5-star from USC. Transferred to Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. I mean, I remember when he
Of
when he
course.
transferred to Ole Miss, there were people like Ole Miss fans are like, "Oh man, we lost Matt Corral, but hey, now we got we got a great quarterback coming in." I remember looking at his USC stats. I was like, "This guy just doesn't jump off the page for me." He doesn't. I mean, he might lose his job to a true sophomore, Luke Altmaier from Starkville, Mississippi. He
Yeah.
doesn't have what it takes, and I think at the end of the year he's probably not going to be starting for him. And I could be wrong, and I really might be wrong because he might get it figured out. He's only been at Ole Miss for a few months, so I can't really judge the transfers yet too much.
Yeah.
He didn't jump off the page for me, and I was pretty disappointed in his game.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke Altmaier. In the few games that he played last year, as a freshman, he played pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he did whatever you asked, or as much as you asked him to do, and he did as much as he could to play the best he could. And I was watching the Ole Miss the spring game.
Yeah.
Just watching their highlights, and I thought he performed better than Jackson Dart.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you remember you and I watched the Baylor game together at your house, and I remember Matt Corral going down.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier comes in. I mean, he
Yeah.
didn't look like a guy who's never started a game. He's a true freshman playing in the dang Sugar Bowl, against a great
Yeah.
Baylor defense. And I mean, he didn't play like outstanding, but he played good. I mean, not good enough to win, but I mean, they don't like. What do they really need from him? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. I agree.
so yeah, I think Altmaier is going to be good, and they're not. It's not like they're in an awful situation. You know, they had a great year last year. They might just have to rebuild this year. You know.
Yeah. I agree.
I got you. One team I do want to talk about before we go to another topic is I want to talk about USC. They played Rice. I mean, you
Mhm.
can't really say anything about them playing Rice. You know what I'm saying? You can't really evaluate how they play against Rice. But I mean, USC, I don't think they're going to be great this year. A lot of people some people have them in the playoff. Like people that work for
Yeah.
ESPN have them in the playoff. I think that is nuts. They're not going to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
I think that's
And I
crazy.
think it all starts with like the battle in the trenches. You know, the offensive defensive line. They don't
Yeah.
really have a lot of transfers for it. It's just guys that the old coach recruited. And Lincoln Riley, great coach. He wins big games. Great coach at Oklahoma. I always loved him at Oklahoma.
I hate that guy.
Really? He
I do
just
not like. I do not like
he
Lincoln
just
Riley.
wins, man. He wins. He was a coordinator under Mike Leach at Texas Tech. I'm pretty sure.
Is that why you like him?
No, no, no. I'm just kidding. But he does have some air raid concepts in his play. But he has Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I say he's the third best quarterback behind C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. No, I'm not ranking. I'm just saying I think he's third behind those two guys. And
Yeah.
I mean, they got Jordan Addison. So he has weapons offensively. They're good offensively. Defense going to need a lot of work. Going to need a few years. USC fans, they just think they're going to be good every single year just because of what they did in the
Yes,
past
dude.
history. It's going to be a
I like
few
Dallas
years.
Cowboys fans.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Give him time, and I promise you, it will be worth it. Just give Lincoln Riley time. I know they're going to be like if they only win like 7 or 8 games this year, they're going to be like, man, Lincoln Riley, he doesn't look like he has the talent, but he really doesn't have the talent, man. Their last coach
Yeah.
put him in a bad spot. Obviously, they gave him a lot of money to
Yeah.
come there. And it's going to be a few years. Just be patient with him because it's not all going to come in one week. It's really not, or one season even. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
have good offenses all year, every week. They're going to have good offense. They're going to move the ball. But USC's not going to be. I mean, if they win 9 games, I'd say it's a good season. People have them winning 10, 11 games. I think that's crazy. But if
Yeah.
they
No,
win
I think
nine
that's
games, I'd
crazy.
say that's a heck of a season for Lincoln Riley, and he should be proud. I think they won like
Yeah.
5 games last year. I don't even think they went to a bowl
Yeah.
game. I mean, you gotta
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think
yeah,
they
you
did.
gotta be grateful for Lincoln Riley, and you gotta give him time because I already know USC fans are gonna be like, man, we're just not it. We gotta be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you're not making it to the college football playoff and Lincoln Riley's year one, you gotta get it figured out. It's not just about who has the best quarterback, who has the best wide receivers, who has the best coach. It's about that
Yeah.
defense is not good. The offensive line's not good. I mean, a quarterback can only do so much without a good offensive line. And
Yeah.
that's going to take a few years to get his recruits in there, get more transfers in there, and yeah. So what do you think about USC? Like just by week one playing Rice.
Um. I thought Caleb Williams would put up some better
Hmm.
statistics. Only had 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had a good QBR, 95.2, but it's Rice, so I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not sold on USC.
I'm not
They
either.
get Caleb Williams for another year. He's a sophomore this year, so they get him for another year.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I haven't really I didn't watch the game. I've seen like a few highlights in there. The main thing I saw in USC is their attendance to the game, dude. They had there's no one at that game.
yeah, I saw that too, and
It
UCLA
was
too.
it was
Both
crazy.
teams are like
Yeah.
nobody there.
But I also heard it's like 100 degrees, something like
Exactly.
that. It's really hot over there, so I don't blame them. But yeah, I'm gonna look at USC's schedule and see if they got anyone incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that, and
I mean,
while you look at that, I'm gonna just read like Caleb Williams. He had a great game. 19 for 22, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. He had 6 rushes, 68 yards, 11.3 average rushing the ball. I mean, that's very impressive. I
yeah,
mean, he had a great game, and they dropped 66 points. I mean, it's not like I'm saying they played bad. They played
yeah,
offensively. They got it figured out already in week one. That's great. They dropped 66. Yeah, it's against Rice, but I mean they got a good team. That's not a problem. I feel like they got some good running backs, wide receivers. They're good. Jordan Addison, man, he's going to be bad news all year. He had 2 touchdowns,
Yeah,
and yeah, USC. I really do like them. I think they're a good team, but I mean, just be patient with them.
yeah. I'm looking at their schedule here.
Yeah.
So their last regular season game of the year, it's against Notre Dame. I feel like that'll be like,
Wow. Okay.
I feel like that'll be toe to toe.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be a good game.
That's gonna be a great game.
Um, they got Utah. Um, like in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Utah yet. Um, I'm gonna need to see them play more too, so I can judge them. Um, the before they play Notre Dame, they play UCLA. UCLA, they got I like UCLA. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I love
Chip
UCLA.
Kelly.
UCLA. They got their quarterback Dorian Thompson
Yeah,
Robinson.
he's a
I
baller.
love
He's
that
a
dude.
baller. I liked him last
I
year.
love him, man. Um, so you know that's a game to keep an eye out um, for USC this year. But I mean, they got they're in the Pac-12. They don't got like an incredibly hard schedule like if they were in the
Yeah.
SEC or any other conference. But I mean, they got some notable names on there,
Yeah.
but nothing
Yeah. I
crazy.
didn't honestly. I'm looking at their schedule for the first time too. Yeah, their schedule's not as good as I thought it would be. I mean, they have Utah, which I mean, Utah already showed they're not that good. Notre
Yeah,
Dame's going to be really their only test of the season, man. They don't play anybody. They really don't this year.
yeah, they really don't, man.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't know that. I mean, I feel good about their season then because they're playing Fresno State, Stanford. They're playing teams that are not great this year. And so yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, I do feel better now knowing their schedule. I mean, Arizona State not that good.
yeah,
Um,
they really aren't.
yeah, UCLA, that's always a toss-up game, a big rivalry game. But them against Notre Dame, that's
Yeah,
very interesting. That's going to be a really good game. I can't wait to see how that
yeah,
folds. That's crazy. Yeah, they do not have a good schedule.
yeah.
Wow.
They need to move conferences. Wait, are they already moving
Yeah, they
conferences?
announced they're moving
Were they one of the
conferences.
teams?
Like the Big Ten,
Do you know
right?
where?
I think it was the Big Ten.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah, them and
Um.
UCLA.
All right. This is something relatively new. Happened 3 hours ago. Sam Hartman, Wake
I
Forest
know,
quarterback.
dude.
I love Sam Hartman. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the country. I feel like I've said that like for everyone, but like he's legitimately.
Yeah,
I love Sam Hartman. He's just been cleared to return to football. He had like a blood clot issue.
yeah.
So he said he was like he made a statement, said he was out indefinitely, whatever. But he's cleared to play this Saturday at Vanderbilt. Oh, wait, we need to talk about
Oh
Vanderbilt.
yeah, we do. Hold on, yeah, I want to talk about Sam
But
Hartman still.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. I honestly thought he was going to be out the whole season. I was like
yeah, me
non-football
too.
related like medical condition. I was like that doesn't sound good. Like that might be really bad. I love Sam Hartman. What he did at
Yeah,
Wake Forest last year was awesome, and I hope he brings it this year. I love Sam Hartman. I am so glad he's back. When I read it, I was in school and I sent it to my brother immediately. He was like, "Dang, that's crazy." And I
put a
mean
smile
that's
on my face.
awesome. Awesome for yeah, 100%. Good for him. And
I love Sam
he's gonna have a
Hartman.
good year, and hopefully he can get some NFL stock in him this year.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean he can really throw the
um,
ball.
yeah. He can. I love that dude. There was a TV show I watched a couple years ago called
Oh yeah,
QB1
QB
Under the
one.
Lights. It was on Netflix. Yeah, he was one of the stars on that
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah.
And
He's good. Yeah, his high school coach was Will Greer's dad.
oh
Yeah,
really?
yeah. He's on the show. Like yeah, that's his coach in the show is Will Greer's dad.
Dude, that's
Yeah, no, it's
sick.
really cool.
But
Really cool. I like that all into. And his team. I don't know if you remember, but his team was so bad in QB
they
one.
were they played for like Oceanside or something,
Yes.
bro. And they were like a new team. This is like when he joined the team, they were like on their second
Yeah,
season. They
you're
were going
right.
into their second
Yeah.
season, dude.
Yeah, they were not good, but
But
that was so fun to watch. That's what made me really like Sam Hartman, and I'm really glad he was that
yeah,
good.
he's a great guy. I'm glad to see him. Glad to see that he's coming back
Yes, me too. That's great for
and
college football.
ready to see him ball out. Yeah.
100%.
All right. We're gonna talk about Vanderbilt. They played 2 games. They won both games, which that in itself is just
2-0, baby.
a big accomplishment for Vanderbilt.
2-0.
They started week one, 63-10 win over Hawaii, which Hawaii they're going into a bad downward
Yeah,
spiral.
they're awful.
Um, everything like regarding their program is just going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Got a feel for the players down in Hawaii, but
Oh yeah,
I don't feel bad for them because they live in Hawaii. But
exactly. Yeah, they're
you
not
know,
stressing.
and then they beat Elon 42-31. Um, the team in general, they're not going to be great, but there's one player I want to talk about.
Yeah,
Mike
baller,
Wright, their quarterback.
baller.
He's put up some really really impressive numbers. Even though it's Vanderbilt or no, even though it's Elon and Hawaii,
Yeah,
he's put up some really good numbers. I'm genuinely impressed, and
yeah, me too.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I'm excited to see what
I'm
happens.
very excited that Vanderbilt's like 2-0. Like LSU's 0-1 and Vanderbilt's 2-0. They have two more wins than
Yeah,
LSU. That's a crazy stat. But yeah, I feel the same way.
yeah,
Mike Wright. I remember they played Mississippi State last year, and Mike Wright played, and that was the first time I've heard of him. And he
yeah,
didn't play great, but he was young. I think he was a freshman, and he looks like a baller this year. Obviously they got a new coach. They're
yeah,
still figuring things out. But they do have a very tough schedule, and I feel sorry for them. Obviously, they played a very bad Elon team, a very bad Hawaii team, but they scored 63 on Hawaii, 42 on Elon.
yeah,
Their defense needs some work, but offensively they look pretty good. But dude, I'm telling you, they just
yeah.
got a tough
Offensively, they're
schedule,
good.
bro. And I hate that they're in the
Yeah,
SEC.
dude, they got a they
Wake
got a
they got
pretty brutal schedule.
Wake Forest next week at 11 a.m. Northern
Sam
Illinois,
Hartman's debut.
and then Vanderbilt in Tuscaloosa playing Alabama.
Golly,
And that I hate that in Tuscaloosa to play Alabama,
it's gonna be
and then they got
it's gonna be a big demoralizer for them.
so guess what? So at Alabama, the next week they play Ole Miss, and then the next week they play number 2 Georgia.
Oh my god, dude.
So within three
That's gonna be
weeks,
a
within 3 weeks
rough
they're
three
playing
week stretch.
over ranked teams. They're playing the number 1 team and the number 2 team, and then another ranked team. Then they still have to play Kentucky. They still have to play Vanderbilt, and they still have to play Florida, and they still have to play Tennessee. And all three of
Golly,
those
dude,
teams are ranked.
that's brutal.
Still have to play South Carolina. Still have to
Yeah.
play Missouri. I
Uh,
feel so sorry for them, but I mean, that's just that way of the SEC.
unfortunately,
I wish they would
um,
mess around and get an SEC win though. Like they're playing South Carolina. I wish they would mess around and beat South Carolina.
they have some winnable SEC games.
Yeah,
South Carolina and
yeah,
Missouri. I like to call them Misery because their program,
they're in bad shape.
their football team is miserable to watch. Except they did win 52-24 against what's her name, Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, yeah. They dropped some points in that game. I was surprised, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
not that good.
yeah, they're
I'm not
still
sold on their
still not
coach.
great.
Drinkwitz,
I'm not either.
not sold on him. But yeah, I wish they'd
Um,
mess around and beat South Carolina or beat Missouri
that'd be awesome.
for sure.
Let's see. Kentucky. We can talk about. I don't think we talked about Kentucky yet.
Yeah, we did not.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can
Kentucky. I mean,
pull up their
they
stuff.
played Miami, Ohio.
Yeah,
They won 37-13. I don't know, man.
yeah,
If people are calling Will Levis like a Heisman caliber quarterback, a first round pick Heisman or first round pick caliber quarterback,
yeah,
then he should put up some. I mean, he threw for 303 yards.
yeah, yeah. I'm not
Um,
sold on him either, and I really don't think they have a great team. They for sure don't have a
yeah,
great team. But yeah, Miami, Ohio, which is a just a historically bad team. They've been bad probably every year they've been been
yeah. I
a
don't.
team.
Yeah,
And I'm not sold on Kentucky. Obviously, I'd say give it a few more weeks. But Will Levis he's for sure overrated. I don't.
yeah.
He's not an NFL guy in
Um,
my opinion. I don't see him doing well in the
no,
NFL.
he's not. He's definitely not a first round pick
I agree.
in my
Yeah,
eyes. I love his TikTok though. Very entertaining.
I haven't seen it. I honestly don't
You
want
don't
to
even
see it.
have TikTok,
Yeah, I don't
bro.
want to see it honestly. I'm good. I'm gonna sit that one out.
Let's see. And I believe. All right, wait. Hold on. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to bring up.
Okay. And also, are we going to record tomorrow for next week, next Saturday?
Yes.
Awesome.
Tomorrow we're gonna make our
Sounds good to
predictions
me.
for the coming week,
Awesome.
and yeah. I want to talk about Jackson State.
Okay.
Shadur Sanders, is that how you say his
I
name?
honestly, I
Shadur
honestly have no idea.
Deion Sanders' son, quarterback. He went 29 for 33, 323 yards, 5 touchdowns. He opened the game 17 for 17, 3 touchdowns,
Mm.
in a 59-3 win over Florida
Yeah,
A&M.
he's a baller.
I was impressed. He's gonna be a sleeper in the draft
Ooh.
whenever he's eligible. I don't know when he's eligible. I think he's a sophomore or something this year.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Um. Yeah, I'm not sure either, but yeah, he had a good game. I like Jacksonville State and Jackson State just because being from Mississippi, I like to see all Mississippi teams shine.
Even Ole Miss.
No, no. But I mean, them getting Travis Hunter I was like, come on, give me a break.
That was huge.
Give me a break.
That was huge for them.
So yeah, I think they're on a good spiral. I think they're going to get some recruits in. They're going to be in good shape. Deion Sanders looks really good. And Nebraska fans want to fire Scott Frost and get Deion Sanders. I read one of the message boards.
We need to. I totally forgot about Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska think they can just escape my thoughts
Yeah,
and get away from not being flamed in this podcast.
they're awful.
Nebraska, well, not Nebraska. Scott Frost, embarrassment. He needs to be fired. He's horrible. That onside kick against Northwestern
So
was
bad.
like, I was like, what the heck? I was like, what is going on here? I feel bad for. Well, I don't know. They have some good players.
Casey Thompson, baller.
Casey Thompson. I like Casey Thompson. Casey Thompson's problem is he cannot close a game, a close game. We saw it last year. He just cannot close games. He'll start off the game like flaming hot, and then
he looked really good.
Progressively slow down.
First half against Northwestern, he looked really good, and I thought they were going to run away with the game for a little bit.
Yeah,
Northwestern stayed in it, and man, that was a tough game to watch.
I was going through Twitter, and every tweet I saw about the Northwestern Nebraska game was Casey Thompson Heisman.
Yeah.
And then I checked towards the end of the game, and everyone's like, Casey Thompson, trash.
Exactly.
And I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
They switch up so fast.
Yeah, like the first half, they were like posting like all his touchdown throws and like, oh my gosh, Casey Thompson's unreal. And he kind of blew it. But yeah, Nebraska's not good. And I want to like Scott Frost, and then he does stuff like that stupid onside kick when you have momentum.
Dude,
that just makes no sense. It's like he wants to get fired.
Stupid.
I swear he just wants to get bought
He's
out.
begging to get fired. He's begging to get fired.
Because like he needs to give up football. Because I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. UCF, he was good. That's cute. They went undefeated. I mean, he's been at Nebraska for too long. If they want to be that good, I mean, if they want to be mediocre, keep them. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
If they want to be good, their first step to being good is firing Scott Frost.
100% agree there. Because they're not going to be good this year.
No.
Well, that's all I got. You have anything else?
I got one more game I want to talk about, and then that's all I got.
Let's go.
Oklahoma State, Central Michigan. Oklahoma State's offense looked really good. Oklahoma State's defense looked really bad.
Yeah.
They let Central Michigan score 44 points.
I know, yeah. Their defense looked really
That's
bad.
ridiculous, dude.
Oklahoma State's.
What's his name? The Sanders guy?
Spencer, I think Spencer.
Spencer Sanders, senior from Texas.
Spencer Sanders.
He had a really good game. But his defense did not have a really good game. And, you can't get really far if your defense isn't good.
I agree. Yeah, he played really well. I liked him last season. I thought he was good because, Oklahoma State had a good team last year. Yeah, he threw the ball 41 times, 28 completions, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He threw 406 yards. So, yeah, he played very well.
Crazy.
Central Michigan's defense is just not it. I mean, that game was a little too close. What was it, 58-44 or something like that?
58-44 was the final.
It was too close.
It was way too close.
For Western Michigan, come on, man. But and I look forward to it. And Spencer Sanders he's a baller. He's good. I feel sorry for him though.
He's a baller. Last year he had some like ups and downs. He would have games where he threw no touchdowns and a bunch of picks, and then he would have games where he threw a bunch of touchdowns and no
Yeah,
picks.
yeah. He was inconsistent
Hopefully he
last
can.
year throughout every week.
Yeah, hopefully he can be more consistent this year, and he's a guy to keep on for or he's someone you need to keep an eye on for the draft.
100%. Oh yeah, 100%.
But that's all I
He has
got.
a good NFL body, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
he does.
Well, yeah. Hey, listen. This has been the first episode of the Drip Strick podcast. This is historical. This will a day that will live in infamy as a legendary day. But hey, everybody who's still listening, thank you so much for listening. It really means a lot to us.
Shout out to y'all.
And we're gonna try to be doing this 2 times a week.
Yeah,
Especially during the season, week 1 recaps, and then we want to do like week 2, going into week 2 games, like scores, guys you want to look out for, guys who we just don't think are going to do well, just stuff like that. I am very excited for this podcast. I know my boy Jacob is as well, and I really look forward
yes,
to
sir.
it. We've been working hard on figuring everything out about all this stuff, but we're figuring everything out. We're getting good, and yeah, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you really enjoyed. You have anything else, Jacob?
Nope. Just subscribe
Yep.
and keep listening.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's all I got.
All right, stay tuned, and I'll see y'all on the next one. It's been a whole lot of fun, Jacob, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
Sure.